if you watch this channel, you know I spent the weekend down in LA at a family wedding, which means we had a long drive home, like 6.5, 7 hours, something like that. Anyways, as you might suspect, a lot of that drive was full of YouTube videos and listening to other folks. And one of the videos that caught my attention was by a gentleman named Gary V. And he was talking about eighth place trophies and all the people complaining about millennials and all of that, and really under the realization that what, we raised them, right? We celebrated the 10th place ribbon, the eighth place trophy, and you know we adults of our generation did that with all care and help and support in wanting our kids to be successful. So that got me thinking. Actually turned off the radio for a while, or my phone, and really took it to where what I focus on, and that's investing or money. And I started asking myself, what are we teaching our kids, right? Because we all know that money is not taught in school, right? It's not taught in high school, not taught in college. I have a master's degree, and other than some of the accounting courses which talked about financial numbers, money wasn't talked about, right? So, you know, I can only speak to my experience. And I think it's true for others. We are a product of what we're raised in. So what that means for you is, what are you teaching your kids? What do they see you doing every day, right? Do they see you spending just like it's nothing, pulling out that credit card and yet buying that next pair of shoes or that suit or belt or tie or car or whatever it is? Do they see the excitement that spending or buying a new thing is, right? Or do you make it a household experience of saving and putting a little bit away, and saving up for that big purchase of X or Y, and they see the process? Do they see you talking about earning money, right? Do you bring them into your world? Do you introduce taxes? Do you talk about savings? Do you talk about the stock market, for heaven's sakes? What are they learning from you, right? I can tell you, growing up in my household, money was a couple of things. First, it wasn't prevalent all the time. So money was clearly a stressor, right? It was very stressful when we didn't have any, and it was a lot of fun when we did. Money had this almost innate power to make things better in my family, which is not, which is probably a pretty toxic way to kind of think of money, but that's my experience. The other thing that money was, and I see this a lot, is money was power, right? One person in my household was working, and they had all the power. They could threaten this or threaten that, and the other party was left kind of not in a great spot. And as kids, we saw that. We may not have appreciated it until we got much older, but that's it should never have come to that, right? Money shouldn't be used as a weapon, but it often is. So again, are your kids seeing that? And hey, Troy, your dad was an econ professor, and you never talked about money. Wow. I have an econ degree, and I can tell you we never talked about money in college either. So it's pretty interesting. So I would tell you to talk about money, and you don't have to make it this scary and innate thing, but we need to take ownership of ours, and make sure that our kids aren't coming out of this into a world where credit cards and you know um, it's fun, right? If you only get excited about spending, what do you think happens, right? Kids see that over and over and over. I mean, I can remember going shopping very, very young age, and it was fun, right? My mom was happy. We were buying stuff. It was cool. But, it was never about savings. Forget looking at the stock market, right? You know, I remember getting the Wall Street Journal because I had my own money delivered to the house, and looking and reading at it, and having parties in the house think I'm crazy. So we have to debunk money as a control factor. We need to make investing and saving as exciting as spending. you know, I don't know how you do that, where you take allowance and you divide it up in different components, 10% to spend, 50% save, whatever, right? We have to do something. We can't let our kids, we just need to be more, we just need to realize they're watching a lot more than we think they are, and they're going to pick up the habits. So, if I'm preaching and teaching earn, save, invest, repeat, think about how you can break that down, right? And kids want stuff. And instead of giving it to them or making it a birthday or a Christmas present, why don't we show them, depending on their age, obviously, but show them how to earn, save, invest, and repeat, and how, wanting something, right? What's a need or a want? Those are very, very valuable. So realizing that, again, your kids are watching. I can remember many, many times in my youth watching my parents either fight about money or be extremely happy. It was almost bipolar, right? If we had it, things were awesome, and if we didn't, they weren't very good. So, realize that that's going on, and realize your kids are not going to get this education in school, not going to get it in college, and it really is for us. Money shouldn't have power. It shouldn't be used as a weapon. Do you have an abundance or a scarcity mindset? That's another one that I could see growing up. Is how do you treat it? Is money a scarcity and you're saying no all the time, or are you abundance and trying to figure out how you go after that? So life is much more interesting when you have the abundance mindset and all of that. So realize that when you look at these situations and you want to raise healthy and functional and kids that aren't crippled by money or fear, we have some things that we could do to help them with that. So again, love to hear from you. If you have something you do with your kids or children's or aunts or nieces or nephews or whatever it is, neighbors, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Maybe we'll do an interview on it, because again, I think we need to take ownership of raising the next generation. Realize what was taught to us could be done better. Again, just the experience, and let's see where this goes. So I just that really hit me yesterday. I wanted to record a video and share that, because again, our kids are watching, right? Money is going to be around for a while, a long time, and we can either let them see that it's something to be afraid of, or something that is powerful and they have control of. So let me know what you think. Take care. Have a great day.